man, oh man, how you doing? I'm licking my wounds today. I'm still married, and it had to do with motorcycles, but we'll talk about that in a sec, okay? Today it's focus, and we're going to take one singular word called focus, add another word to it, and 3 more words to that. That's 5 words. It equals one thing. No, I'm not going to say it right now. You got to wait, okay? That's the tease. It's about focus. It's going to be good for you. So if you have trouble getting focused, you want to listen to today's show. I'm going to help you with that a little bit, okay? It is the daily boost from motivationtomove.com. A very simple mission. Life gets in the way the very minute you decide to get what you want. So sometimes you need a little boost juice to get out there and make things happen. Just get through the day. I mean, it's a long day. People say there's not enough time in the day. I don't know if you've noticed, but on a bad day, when things aren't going the way you wanted to go, it's the longest day ever. And on a good day, when everything's going exactly like you wanted to go, got up early, went to the beach, whatever you do. Man, have you ever said this? I mean, you've got a day off and things are just really relaxed. You go, it's the longest day ever. I have said it in both occasions, and it kind of wigs me out. That's life. That is life. It just goes that way. So when you decide you're going to stand up, take a step, and repeat and get what you want, and you step into it, then the day is long no matter what. And so, yeah. You ever see the movie City Slickers? Remember Curly? And Curly said it's one thing. I'm not sure anybody's ever quite figured out what the one thing is yet. I've Googled it. There's a lot of answers out there. But I think the one thing is you spend your whole life and all the stuff you learn at the end of your world when you're just ready to pass and go wherever we go. You're like, oh, got it. And then poof, you're gone. Repeat, depending on what you believe. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Happy to have you here today. If you haven't seen me on YouTube, come on over. It's getting more fun now, getting used to it. It's kind of hard to change something after 17 years of doing a show. Shifted around and put cameras and lights and everything in the studio, but it's coming around pretty good. And thank you for your patience on that. You can find me, if you haven't, if you're still on the audio side. Oh, you're so audio-ish. I love audio. It's so intimate. Go to dailyboostpodcast.com/YouTube. Made it easy to remember. And if you'd like to have a nice, positive, upbeat group, just go to dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Okay, can we do one more thing out of the way? Get my email. motivationtomove.com, Scott Logic. Go get it. We'll talk about that in a sec here. Sorry to drone on there, but I was feeling relaxed, feeling chill with you because I'm unfocused. I think I need to get focused. Have you ever been that way? In the middle of focus? What are you doing? Got to focus. Got to do my job. Why aren't you doing it? I don't know. Guess I'm focused on something else. It's the thing about focus. Feeling kind of distracted today, maybe? Distraction, it's like a long word for focus, right? You think about it. I'm distracted. No, you're focused on that, not this. Simple stuff. So as you go through the day, trust me, you're going to be distracted more than you're going to be focused. In fact, to some extent, come here, real close. Your ability to deeply focus on something is that big. It's tiny. It's little. If you're really good, you can deeply focus for, maybe 4 hours. Most people can only do like 30 minutes. They need a timer to help them do it. They can do 25 minutes, 5 minutes off. Let's do it again. Hard to do. That's why you have to continually think about it. You're going to spend most of your time distracted and defocused. Oh, that's another word. I only have 5 words. Can't use 6. Sorry about that. So let me give you the word. Let me put a word in front of focus. Singular. Singular. What's that mean? I could call it one. Some people get this book, The One Thing. I love the One Thing book. I read it like once a year because it's kind of a good reminder to me to focus on one thing. But it's different than singular. Singular is extraordinary. Singular is remarkable. Singular is exceptional. I like words. Words mean something. So when I go one's like one. What's that? It's one thing. Okay. But one doesn't mean extraordinary. One doesn't mean remarkable. One doesn't mean exceptional, but singular does. So my thing is singular focus. What does the word focus mean? Well, focus is a central point of attraction, attention, or activity. And since I'm a huge believer that most of what we do in our life is because something got our attention, we were attracted to something, some activity that we were participating in led to something. We bumped into our opportunity and fortune in life. And the more I'm alive, the more I believe that's the case. Scott, we're self-directed. Yeah, to some extent. I can self-direct to wherever I think opportunity is. I can focus directly on that. But if opportunity didn't self-direct to cross my path, I'm not going to get it there. I'm just saying, little Scott logic, think it through. All right, so it's time to focus on one activity that moves you forward. You're not going to have time for anything else. Yes, I can, Scott. I can multitask all I want to. No, you can't. You can't do it very well. You try. I mean, okay, let me give you this. If you've done stuff before, you're an expert. You are. I am. I'm an expert at doing all kinds of things at the same time. The things I've done before, things like, I was going to say cooking in the kitchen and talking on the phone, but I don't cook in the kitchen very often. I'm not allowed. My wife won't allow me there. But I can talk on the phone and work on the computer, sort of. I can't type a note while I'm on the computer. That's way above my skill set. But see, my brain can't focus on things like that. It's weird. It's like when I ride my motorcycle, I go out and ride the motorcycle. I'm focused on riding on the motorcycle. That's it. But in the background, my brain is kind of thinking about stuff, but it's not telling me about it. It just kind of comes to conclusions. Have you noticed that before? But when you really, really, truly want to focus, it's one thing. So here's how you do it. First off, if you're going to focus, I want you to reduce your things to do universe. I'm not a big fan of a to-do list. Don't have one. I have a did-I-do-it list, a reminder list, but I don't have a to-do list. There's nothing I have to do. I prefer a life with nothing on my calendar and nothing to do. Raise your hand, say amen. Isn't that great? People say, Scott, your calendar has nothing on it. I need to know how to manage my calendar. I said, why manage your calendar? Just don't put anything on it. That's all. If it's on there, it's important. Everything's important. No, it's not. It's like somebody says has a business. I asked them, I said, who's your business for? Who's your customer? Everybody can use my service. No, they can't. Your calendar's the same way. Your to-do list is the same way. Did-I-do-it list simply says, okay, let me just double check to make sure I did it. Don't let it lead me by the nose. Let me check on it. So reduce your things to do universe. Just get rid of stuff. 80, 90% of what's on your list right now, you were just thinking about one day, I should do this. And 20 years later, it's still on your list. Stop it. It's not worth it. Choose an essential item and get it done in this very, very busy season. It's going to take longer than you think. So what's essential? What's important? You're going to do what's important to you. You're not going to do what it's, you just kind of like or think you ought to do. That's a procrastination thing. So reduce all the stuff around you and then go, well, I got all this time. What do I do with it now? Do that. That sounds silly, right? But you know I'm right. Remember, you can have everything, but you can't have it at the same time. Sure, Ken Scott, I'm that kind of person. Come here, another secret here. I have seen the have-it-all kind of people sell lots of stuff. Bring people in. You can have it all. Let me show you how. And 3 years later, they're divorced. Their kids are mad at them. They've lost their home. And now they have a new course or a new thing they talk about. Can't have it all at the same time. That's why you have to focus on things. The sooner you accept that, the easier it's going to be for you. The sooner you choose to go deep on your work and work on what you're really, really passionate about, the sooner you get what you want in life. But I don't know what to do. You'll figure it out. The sooner you go deep and say, my purpose is to find my purpose, and start digging deep and say, if I don't know what to focus on, Scott, I'm always distracted. The sooner you say, well, okay, let me focus on what I should focus on. I'm telling you, a little Scott logic there, a little simple stuff. I know it's not a Reddit list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how to focus. It's simple. Figure out what you want to look at, figure out what's important to you, and then stay there until you get it figured out. How long should I give it? How bad do you want it? Well, what if it takes longer than I thought? Everything does. What if I get there faster than I thought I would? Surprise! Woo! What if opportunity crosses my path that is better than the original idea? Double check, make sure it is. Jump ship. Focus on something new. Shouldn't have done that. That's an advanced technique. I just freed you, didn't I? Don't do that yet. Reduce your interference as much as possible. Interference can be called resistance as well. There's a buzz coming from everywhere. You ever been to the mountains? You ever go high in the mountains? I mean, really high in the mountains. I love the Smoky Mountains, but 5,000, 6,000 feet is not 14,000 or 15,000 feet. I'm just saying. Have you ever gone that high? Have you ever noticed something aside from few people and the inability to breathe properly? And you must have sunscreen. But have you noticed how the buzz of the world kind of goes away? It just goes away. Well, even today, if you're down on sea level where I am here in the Daytona Beach area, there's a lot of buzz going on. But if I go up like 30,000 feet, there's no more buzz. It's still here. It's not there. Now, I can't go there, but I can pretend that I'm there and not deal with it here. So reduce the buzz, reduce the interference to the best of your ability. That's turning off the phone, stuff like that we talked about yesterday. And you're going to find a real sense of peace. I guess that's the best way to say it. You know, it's a simple truth. When you're busy with life, too many extras, they bog you down. When you apply that singular, that extraordinary, that remarkable, that exceptional focus, things change. Why? Because we're looking at it differently and we're giving it the due it deserves. It is important. It is remarkable that you can do that. And it's a superpower if you have that. If you don't, it's not a superpower. And what do? You pay attention to people who do have it because it's a superpower that you would like to have. Okay, what's coming up tomorrow? Millionaire Success Habits. I love this. I've done this a couple of times over the years. I tend to like to dig in. I review my own work and update it and bring it back. And you haven't been here maybe in a few years, so I want to make sure you get that. That's tomorrow's show. In the meantime, I did mention my Scott Logic email. It's a big hit. I'm getting all kinds of thank yous. Short, sweet, slightly, it's like this podcast, but really quick and simple. It's a little bit more than a text message, but a lot less than an email. But it's an email. That's weird. Just go to motivationtomove.com. Get it. You're going to like it. You can also hit me up on the Facebook page if you like to. dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Just tag me. Call me out. Kate's going to be there here in another week or so. She's going to help me with this to make sure that I don't forget things when I'm focused on other things. In the meantime, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow on the Daily Boost.